Runs very good routes. He's getting more and more confidence. He's got very strong hands. You get that ball near him and he grabs it. And so I think there's a lot of things you can do. Look for some really bright things in this young man's future. He's going to go far.
I agree.
And he's fast, too.
Listen, he can run.
Ooh.
He has been a breakout player, no doubt,
Who
this
said that
year.
before the season?
What's that?
Somebody said that before the season?
I believe it was mentioned
Okay,
before the season.
I could have sworn, yeah.
Like just somebody up here. I don't remember who exactly.
We all
they remind me every week.
Like I said.
We all like him.
Let's get to the defense. Chad, what grade you giving them?
Look, I gave him a C+. I thought they came out nice. They got after the quarterback. They banged a little bit on and basically got Brady off his spot. And then what happened? Brady got comfortable. They couldn't get to him. He started dinking and dunking, off coverage, no turnovers, no interceptions, not enough pressure, and he got comfortable. And what did he do? He scored. And so for me, they still haven't run that Jets defense I've been waiting to see all year. And until they do, I just don't think you're going to see them succeed. So for me, that was a C+.
Coach?
I give him a C-. I saw some very similar things. I think if there was ever a week when you play the New England Patriots, because this Patriot offense was just average today. Gronkowski goes down, Bennett's banged up. They can't really beat you deep on a route. They don't have that ability. Blount could not run the football against the New York Jet defense. So all of a sudden, we're in different looks. Get in a four-man line. Let our ends pressure off the edge. Put the two big guys inside, always in Brady's face. I think they would have ate him up. I really believe that. They could have eaten Tom Brady up today. They let him off the hook. It was okay. That's all it was.
Right.
I gave him a flat C. I would give the defensive line probably a higher grade, the front seven a little bit of a higher grade. I thought the secondary was awful. I really did. I thought they were awful. They didn't cover. He threw to 11 different receivers. And still, we're playing off coverage, and you know what Brady does when he can't really run out of the pocket. He throws it shorts. The New England Patriots are the best team in the NFL. They average 7.1 yards after the catch. That is some serious yak. So just imagine that. If you get up and you put pressure on these wide receivers, you got to get him off his rhythm. And they didn't do that, so it's a flat C.
All right, Marcus Gilchrist is, of course, a big part of that secondary. Here he is with our Janae Coakley.
Marcus, seems like you guys had a great plan for Tom Brady. What are the challenges he offers?
Tom Brady is Tom Brady, and his capabilities. They've been running the system for years and years, and it just come down to execution, and they know how to execute better than we did today.
How frustrating is it for you, because you guys did play toe-to-toe with this guy?
Toe-to-toe is not good enough for us. We want to come out victorious. Obviously we didn't do the things that we needed to do to come out with a win. So regardless of toe-to-toe, it means nothing without a win.
Obviously all losses hurt, but does this one hurt a little more because it's the Patriots and because you guys could have won this game?
We've had a lot of games like this that we feel like we should have won. In this league, we treat no game no different than the other. It just hurts them to lose, period.
What did Todd tell you guys after this loss?
Everything's there. They competed, but when it came down to it, we didn't make many big enough plays, and they made more plays than we did in crucial moments.
As a veteran on this team, what do you tell these younger guys?
We just keep fighting, just keep pushing, control what we control. Our record is what it is. All we can do is just continue to move forward.
All right, thank you, Marcus. Appreciate it. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's get back to the grades, and let's get to special teams. Coach, what are you giving the special?
I gave him a C-. I thought they punted the ball fairly well. Their coverage was actually pretty good. I really was disappointed in the field goal block. Nick line drive the ball some. The front line got knocked back. One thing that I was probably most disappointed in, I always felt going against the New England Patriots, in fact, I used to like to do it, that plus they scored enough, I had enough chances to run kickoff returns against them. Now, Gronkowski, Gostkowski, he hit a couple balls that were very returnable, and the Jets did not execute. That's the time where I thought you could get a big play to really help your offense, and it didn't happen.
Chad?
No, I gave him a C, and I'll dovetail off of what Coach says. I think that has to do with, one, they don't really have a dynamic returner on their staff, and two, I don't think they have the confidence in order to run those balls out, and I think they said, you know what, we're willing to take it at the 25. I didn't like the fact the guy threw the fair catch up there, and he got a penalty for that. That wasn't...
They should have called a penalty.
They should have called a penalty. They should have been a penalty, and it wasn't. I didn't like that. And, of course, the blocked field goal, which, that changed the game a little bit. But at the end of the day, this is that aspect of the football game that gets ignored a lot. And you could really do some really fun and cool things on here, and I just don't see the Jets doing it.
Right?
C. Just a flat C. I mean, you get a kick blocked. I mean, I could have went 10, grades lower, but at the same time, there's no starting field position.
No.
Mike talked about execution. He talked about a dangerous returner. All of that stuff is correct, and they don't have a punter that can change field position either. So it's just a flat C.
All right, let's get to coaching. Coach, what are you giving the coaching staff?
I gave them a C. I just think in some ways it was good. I respect Todd Bowles' fortuitous enough, and his decision to stick with the quarterback. I respect that. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. Now, I saw they were prepared. They came in prepared. But yet at the same time, I want some ingenuity. I want to see something different. And I'm not really seeing it. And that's what's a little frustrating to me. So in a lot of ways, I thought he did have 2 good challenges today. He did a nice job with that.
Good point.
That part was handled pretty well. But in a lot of ways, I thought it was just very average.
I give him the same thing. I give him a C. I thought Chan Gailey in the first half had the right game plan going. He was throwing on first down. He was running the football inside the red zone. And then as soon as Anderson's fumble happened, he took his foot off the gas. On defensive side of the football, for me, it's a little frustrating to see these defensive backs in off coverage in the red zone every single play that they have in the red zone and just giving stuff away. I think he needs to adjust his coverage or bring somebody off the practice squad. I don't know what it is, but it's time to shake things up because Roberts, although, they signed him from the Patriots squad, did not get it done. Darrelle Revis did not get it done. So for me, it's a flat C. I mean, some was good. And then some just wasn't good, so C.
I'm going to give him a C, too. I got to play for Belichick, and he was my coordinator for 3 years. And you can ask almost anybody that played for him. He's the greatest game day adjuster on the planet. He can come out, and if something's going wrong, he'll completely change everything, and he'll get it right. And that's what they did today. You saw them come out on offense in the third quarter, and they adjusted at half, and they came out, and they got better. And the Jets, I thought, had a really nice game plan on defense coming out, both offense, defense. And as the game went on, I don't feel like they adjusted as well as they could have. And that said to me, maybe they're just not, I don't know if they're not confident enough or something.
Yeah, maybe
but it just says to me that, you did have the players ready, but you didn't adjust well enough during the game. And for me, that's a C.
All right, well, let's talk about the big decision. As you mentioned, coming into this week was Todd Bowles sticking with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Moving forward, how should Todd Bowles handle the quarterback situation, Coach?
You have to look at where you're going to be. I mean, you know where you are. You're not going to finish this year. We have to find out, can these young guys play in the National Football League?
Monday night?
Bryce Petty, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
It's not even a decision. I thought they would play him this week,
So
but I do
did I.
understand what Todd Bowles was thinking. Going against a guy like Bill Belichick, who was my defense coordinator for 5 years, I've seen the same thing. I saw him scrap a whole game plan for that they practiced all week in the first quarter and implement another one. But to me, I think it's time now. They're 3-8. It's time to find out if Bryce Petty is your quarterback of the future.
Correct.
I mean, you saw some good things, you saw some bad things, but the game will slow down from the more he plays in live games.
Yeah.
So, he needs about a couple more games. And listen, I wouldn't even be surprised if they made a decision to put Hackenberg in, week 14, week 15,
Why
week
not?
16.
Why not?
Yeah, look, with all due respect to Fitzpatrick, I think we've seen what he can do. And I think at times he's very good and at times he's not very good. And this is what you get. And you know what that gets the Jets? Losses. So why not give a shot to the young guy? Maybe this is the kid that you were looking for. Maybe Hackenberg is better than you think. Yes, okay, maybe his mechanics or maybe his accuracy is not as good. But maybe it is when he gets into a game. Who knows? I just think it's time to move on and see what you got.
I want to see guys like Barris come on the field. I want to see guys like
corner,
comes back on. We haven't seen anything from Barris in quite some time. And, what we're seeing out there right now in the Jets secondary is not good enough.
Can Lee rush the passer? We don't know.
I'd love to see that.
How about running a fourth?
We don't know.
I'd love to see that. Lee coming off the edge like that.
Yep.
That's so frustrating.
Well, all questions to be answered over the final month of the year. That'll do it for us. For Chad Cascade and the coach Mike Westhoff, Ray Lucas, I'm Jonas Schwartz. Thanks for tuning into the live stream of Jets postgame overtime. Bookmark SNY.TV and the JetsBlog.com for more coverage and analysis of today's game. We will see you next time. Have a great rest of your weekend.